Hello people, it's me Nias, and after a lot of work, this video is finally here. Now if this video makes you interested in playing OMORI, then go in completely blind. Don't look up anything. Besides that, just sit back and enjoy the Nias video.
When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore. Bells will ring, ting-a-ling-a-ling, ting-a-ling-a-ling, and you'll sing Vita Belle. Hearts will play tippy-tippy-tay, tippy-tippy-tay, like a gay Darrington. I don't know what the fuck he says right there. When the stars make you drool, just like something hello, that's amore. When you dance down the street with the cloud at your feet, you're in love. When you walk in a dream, but you know you're not dreaming, signore. Scusa me, but you see, back in old Napoli, that's amore.
I'm driving in the Nias car from Nias, off to Nias, work to Nias. I might be doxing myself. Let's talk about OMORI while I drive. I'm literally driving. So OMOCAT is a fucking woman. I think she was born in America. She's Asian though. She's Asian American. She was in the back of the classroom and everybody made fun of her in class because she drew, but she was really good at drawing, or she got really good at drawing apparently. And then she was like, okay, I'm gonna be drawing. And so she went to art school. And bruh, nobody liked her art because everybody was like, oh, it's not real art. It's just anime. She did like anime-esque shit. She did all her shit. She made this comic called OMORI Boy. This one's about just OMORI Boy who's a fucking weirdo who looks at and is an incel and shoots off all day long.
It sucks to live in a world where nice guys finish last.
OMOCAT is like, bruh, I need to fucking make this a thing. This is my thing, OMORI Boy. So she wants to expand upon the world of OMORI Boy in this comic, right? Because in her brain, she's like, oh, I can really like see this as a video game, as like an RPG, Earthbound, Pokemon, oh, there's a deer in the road, esque fucking video game, right? But the fucking thing about OMOCAT is that she never made a fucking video game. Ever. So a lot of people thought this game was a fucking scam because it took so fucking long for the game to come out. Now, for me, thankfully, I didn't have to put up with that shit because I found out about the game after it came out. The best way to describe OMOCAT's like entire, approach to making this game. OMOCAT made a trailer for this video game. She made it as just a huge GIF in Photoshop. And she took a month to make it, by the way. It took her like a month to make this fucking GIF in Photoshop that's like 2 minutes long, and it's a huge fucking trailer. It's a passion project, right? But she did not know what the fuck she was doing. On the Kickstarter, they didn't explain like why it was taking so long. They kind of did, but like they were very, I think, vague or secretive about it. So OMOCAT had this big thing of like secrecy and wanting to be like quiet about it so that like people would be surprised and it made everybody think that it was a big scam. It made everybody think that it was never going to be finished. It became like a meme to say OMORI's never going to be finished. But thankfully, OMOCAT was not a scammer. She was just a freak. It wouldn't be the perfect OMORI video if I didn't talk about OMOCAT controversies, right? Bruh. Look, it's literally OMORI. It's literally Kel right here, bro.
Nias, watch the Nias video.
I should have worn an OMORI shirt. Instead, I got my fucking gay Hello Kitty shirt on. The gameplay of OMORI is the only thing that makes the game kind of cringe. I'm gonna talk about why here. Basically, the game is way too fucking long, first of all. The game takes place between two different fucking areas. One of these areas is so much more interesting than the other, but it's the one that you spend the least amount of time in. The other area is fine, like it's cool, it's fun, wacky, like fun, zany gimmicks. And so if you're not into that as much as you're into the other one, then you're gonna have a hard time getting through it. They could have cut it down so much, like so much. An insane amount could have been cut out of this game. I was awestruck when I saw that the game was gonna be
20 hours to finish at least. It took me 25. But it's a testament to how I like this game so much, because at the end of the day, I did play the whole fucking game and it was pretty good. And I want to also point out that I don't like RPG games. I like the concept of them. They're pretty chill, but like at the end of the day, I don't like the fighting aspect in them. Omori's fighting is like the only time I've ever enjoyed fighting in an RPG game. With most of these RPG games, go into the bushes and then you're walking for it, and then all of a sudden, hey, jump scare, you're getting attacked by something. Oh, you have to click to button and attack it. That's so boring and also annoying, because I don't know when I just get jump scared. I literally get Omori, thankfully, throws us out the window, because first of all, when you get in a fight of something, which you eventually inevitably have to do it, right, there's a small chance you can like run away from it as well, which is really helpful and nice. Even just being able to see that there's something in the way and that, oh, I need to avoid it, oh, I didn't avoid it, well, my fault, right? That makes it your fault. That makes it not the game's fault. Omori is good because it takes the that I hate about RPG games and it tries to make it enjoyable. Should I turn a light on? The biggest thing that I see people say about Omori is that it's boring, or like when it comes to the gameplay particularly, it's boring. There's two cool systems that I think are really nice with Omori, and the first one is the emotions system thing. Basically, it's like a thing where a character will be assigned an emotion, right? Like a character can have an emotion, an enemy can have an emotion, or your teammate or you can have an emotion in the game. I believe it's happy beats angry, angry beats sad, sad beats happy, right? So it's like if your character is happy, then happy beats angry. So if your enemy is angry, then you want to be happy to beat the enemy. And then you have the follow-up moves. That's the second thing that I want to talk about, which is really easy. It's just every time you like attack and do like a main attack, because you learn skills throughout the game, right? And I don't think I need to like explain how the fuck it works. It's very simple. One person can do an attack with another person. It's like just an extra attack, and it can change their heart or their juice or whatever. It just depends. It can like do all these different things. It can change their emotion depending on what it is. It just depends, right? But alongside the gameplay stuff that I admire and that I like, there's also the art and the music that make it worth continuing, even if like it's repetitive. Like I mentioned that you spend so much time in this other world and that it gets kind of like you really want to go back to the other one. But the two things that really make it bearable to keep having to come back to this world, I think for me, was the art and the music of this game. Because this world is really where the art and the music kind of shines, at least until the end of the game, or when like crazy stuff happens in like the other areas. Because this area was just kind of to have a good time and stuff, and that's the whole point of this area, is to have a good time, to be like a distraction from this other area without going too far into like spoiling stuff. And so they kind of just had their chance to really make good music and good art for this part, to really make you like get, you know, just have a good time with this part. The art mixes a lot of stuff. It mixes like, you know, crayon and like colored pencil drawings and just actual sketches mixed with pixel art, digital art, all kinds of stuff. I don't know these mediums of art. I went to art school for like a month. You would expect like all of these different mediums coming together to kind of feel clustered and to feel like messy and stuff, but I think that Omori does a really good job at like combining all of it and making it like work together. And then when it comes to the music, it's the same kind of thing where there's so many different like kinds of music, there's so many genres, and there's so many like different instruments that they use, and they use them during different times. They give all the areas their own unique identities. And some of the music is tear-jerking stuff, like at the very end of the game especially, there's tracks that I listen to and then I'm like, man, this is sad, I'm being sad right now because I'm listening to the track from the sad moment of the game. I don't think there's a single bad track in the game. Like there's tracks where it's just nothing because it's kind of just ambience or whatever kind of thing, but like any track where they're actually trying to like make it a song for the game, like make it something to listen to while you're fighting something or while you're in an area or something, I don't think any of these tracks are like boring or bad or weird or anything. I really enjoyed all of them. And I was very excited every time to go to a new area or to fight a new boss or to fight a new enemy or anything. But I was talking about the gameplay and how you have to fight like all these creatures and stuff and how other games make it all repetitive and everything. So the art and the music kind of help carry that stuff and carry you through it, at least in my experience. Like it was so fun to experience all of that, which made getting through the problems with the gameplay or anything with the story that was taking a long time, it made all of that very worth it for me. Next, the story. Now the story is really good. I don't want to spoil stuff for the game, so I'm not probably going to go in depth on the story that much, but the story is sad. The story is tragic, and I think it's much more interesting than people, because people just look at this game and they're like, oh, it's mental health game, sad, you're a depressed boy and you're sad. And it kind of is, that's kind of true, but it's not really, like the way that they do it, I think is just so much more interesting than that. That really just undersells how fascinating, to me at least, the topic of like what happens in the game is. I think that the story is done pretty well. The problem is, again, the game is so long, but you spend so much time with these characters that it makes you really like, when anything happens to them, good or bad, it makes you like happy, and it makes you like, ooh, I'm rooting for them, or I don't like this happening, or whatever. It makes it really worth it when like everything happens at the end. I think that a lot of the stuff that's big and gives this game its own identity really happens at the end of the game. But I'll probably make a separate video about that. But the story is good, basically. The story is like the driving factor that makes the game like worth playing and that makes it memorable to me. Now this is when the pitch gets real, okay? This is when we get like actually into real territory. Now I'm gonna try to talk about the ending of this game, or talk about like what happens in it without spoiling it, which is gonna be really hard, so you're gonna have to bear with me here. But I'm gonna do my best. The way that this game made me feel when it ended, it's a feeling that I've never had from anything else ever. And I played this game when I was 16, so I'm almost 20 now, so that's almost like 4 years ago now. So for me to sit here and be like, oh, I've never experienced something, like I mean it. I've never had like a game or a movie or anything give me the same kind of like just feeling that playing this game gave me. Now part of this is because it was a really fun time playing the game in general, because I was watching Call Me Carson. I know I'm a freak, I watch Call Me Carson.
Caution, this game contains depictions of depression, anxiety, suicide, and may not be suitable. Jeez, okay, I did not know what we were getting into.
Every time I would have a session of the game, it would be like a 4-hour, 5-hour session of playing. I would go and watch Call Me Carson's like VODs.
Better go to the bathroom. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just not gonna look in the mirror.
And I'd watch up to where he got to my part, where I was.
Oh no. Oh, I fucking hate this room. No! 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 Oh, I hate this. No! Oh, this is miserable. This is the worst.
And then I'd stop and continue, like, I did this every night for like a week or so.
Wait. Oh shit.
Close your
Oh my god.
The experience of playing this game was so fun for me. It was the thing that I looked forward to like every single day. I would wake up and then I'd be like, I want to play OMORI. I can't wait till the evening when I can sit down and play this game without anybody disturbing me or anything. I could just sit down and play it for hours, and I couldn't wait to figure out what happened next. The anticipation was so much fun. I was so excited. I was always excited when I ended it, because then I could watch Carson like experience all the stuff I experienced. It was a really good time. And there's other YouTubers, by the way, that played this game if you're not interested in watching Carson do it. Jaden Animations did it. Pirate Software did it, but you know, everybody hates that guy now, so too bad. There's two sequences that are really, really good that I want to talk about, right? The first one is the truth sequence. Now, I'm not going to explain what it is, because again, I'm not trying to be spoilers. Maybe I'll make a separate video where I talk about how much I love this sequence and the ending of this game. This sequence that happens toward the end of the game really brings everything that you've experienced all together, and it's really, really good. Oh man, there's so much that I could talk about with it, which is why I'm considering making another video about it. But oh my god, I love this sequence so much, and it is the sequence that like I think of when I think of OMORI. Whenever I watch another person play this game, and I've watched countless, I'm talking countless gameplays of this game, VODs, like edits, long edits, everything, probably over like 50. I'm not exaggerating too, like I'm being completely genuine. Maybe I'm just autistic, probably, but like it's so good, and I always am anticipating this particular sequence. I feel like it's not like talked about how good this sequence is. Like obviously like what happened is talked about because it's like the game, but like this sequence is done so good. I don't think anybody talked about like how good the sequence works. But whatever, I love this sequence. It's like the thing of OMORI for me. It's the only part of the game that I'm ever like actually unsettled by or anything. I'm not really like necessarily even unsettled by it, but it's the closest that it gets to being like an actual horror game that it tries to be a little bit. And then the second big sequence of the game that everybody knows is the duet sequence. It's one of the few things that I can look at that like, oh, it makes me like, I've teared up to it like multiple times. I still would today after playing it like years ago. The music is absolutely incredible. Again, this is where like the different instruments shine. Like they go from using chiptune like kind of things to like piano and violin. It's so good. They like, and it works. It works so well. You might expect it would be like kind of crazy, but it works really good. I can't stress enough just how worth it is to get through anything that you might not like about the game. Just how worth it would be to get through all of that just to get those two sequences and the ending. It feels so deserved. It feels so worth it. It's absolutely incredible. At least in my opinion. So basically you should play OMORI. It's a good game. Play it. Just sit down and play the game. It's really good. Play it. I don't know how to end this video. Bye.
You're not supposed to be here!
I'm slowly drifting to our dear friend Mari passed on years ago. Ever since that day I felt alone. I live with something Basil does as well. Is it time for us to tell the tale?